So you've gone out and you've bought your dream car. In this video, we're going to go over the few things that you should probably do before you go out, wind up that boost, and race your mates.
So if you haven't seen our last episode, I recently picked up my 1994 Nissan 180sx SR20 DET turbo manual JDM goodness. I forgot to mention one of the most crucial people involved in me securing this car, Andy Hughes. A big thank you to you for helping me track this down and putting me in touch with the owner. Without him, I would never have been able to find this one and probably would have had to pay 30 grand and what the other 180s are doing stupid things for. But big thank you to Andy for helping me find this one. But you get your car, you get your new project car, whatever it is, one of the first things, at least for me, is I want to go out and rip it, beat on it, and see exactly what this car can do. But hold up, we're not there yet. Especially with these older cars, we don't know what the condition of the oil is, the spark plugs, gearbox, diff. All of these are unknown. They don't come with service records. So really, you're just rolling the dice and hoping that the previous owner didn't lie to you. So before any ripping on, anything like that, this video we're going to go through all the things you should do before you start thrashing on your newly acquired car or project car. So the very first step when you buy your new project car, I know it's very tempting to go and throw a bigger turbo on it, bigger injectors, but you need to know what you're starting off with, especially cosmetically. This thing looks like it hasn't had a wash in a few months. So we're gonna wash it so we can actually see what's underneath all this filth. So enjoy the montage. So we've cleaned the 180 inside and out. The next step on what you should do when you buy a new project car is to give it a full complete service. So today we've got new engine oil, new gearbox oil, diff oil, power steering fluid, spark plugs, fuel filter and oil filter. There are no records when you're buying cars of this age, or very rarely are there records. So we don't know when the last time the oil was changed, the spark plugs have been changed, or anything of that nature. Moving forward, when we're asking a bit more of the engine, we need to know that the engine is in tip-top shape, and giving it a good brand new service is a good way of making sure that's the case. If you're unsure on what products you need to get for your vehicle, I'll let Morgan explain how we were able to find all this stuff for our 180sx.
So Penrite have made it super easy to find out all the oils, fluids that you need for your car. So you head over to their website, and on their homepage, you can see here, you just plop in your car's details. If you don't know what car you got, I don't know why you wouldn't, but there is a retro search there to find your car. So once you put them in, well, bam, there is all your oils and fluids.
So the first job that we're going to tackle is the fuel filter. The reason for this is It's one of the most simple, it's most easiest to get to. So we thought we'd start off easy, build our confidence up before we start tackling the quote unquote harder jobs of this service. So the fuel filter fought us a little bit, but it was manageable. We got it done. Next up for the 180, we are treating it to brand new NGK spark plugs. That way we're going to know that we have a reliable spark, at least on the spark plug front. We'll go in, throw this in. If you're unsure on what spark plugs to get for your vehicle, we'll throw up a video of Morgan showing you how to navigate NGK's website. It's very easy, and make sure you get the right plugs for your vehicle.
So it's pretty straightforward to find out what spark plugs you need. You just type in NGK into Google, head over to their website, and they've got a little parts finder at the top here. Click on that one. We're after a passenger car, and we're just doing the 180sx today. So you chuck all that in, 1994, and it's a coupe. And there you go, there's all the little part numbers for you just here for your spark plugs. And yeah, nice and easy.
So we finished the spark plugs. That was straight and easy. There were no complications there at all, which was fantastic. A little bit of concern, cylinder number 3, the spark plug wasn't even tightened down. So I don't know how the engine was running. It must have been running quite low compression because that spark plug was literally just sitting there as we took the coil pack off. Had tons of residue around the coil pack. It had been blowing shit all around the place. So quite worrying. Good thing we decided to service it when we did. But that's all sorted now. Spark plugs are in. Next up, we've got a full oil change. We'll start off with the engine oil as well as a new oil filter while we're in here. So yeah, time to get even more messy. So we finished replacing the engine oil in the 180sx as well as the oil filter. If you have a look on the back of your Penrite bottle, they have a nice service sticker here to remind you of when to service your vehicle. So we're gonna peel that off and just stick it on the inside of the sun visor, just so we know when to service the 180 next. All right, so the engine oil side of things is all buttoned up. We've got the service sticker up in, I actually ended up going inside the door. As you open the door, you can see it. So every time I open the door, I know that how far off I am from servicing the beast. Next up, new gearbox oil. It is key to remember to take the breather plug or fill plug, as Morgan's just told me, fill plug behind the gearbox off first, because if you can't get that off, you can't fill your gearbox with oil, and you'll be in a world of hurt. So we'll do that, and then just the drain plug. Hopefully we can get them off and top her up. Cool, so we finished filling up the gearbox with oil, so now that's all solid, tightened everything up. Next up is Diff Oil right here, and just judging from the drain plug, I don't think this has ever been changed, so it's going to be interesting to see how easy or hard it is to crack these bolts, but we'll see how we go. So Morgan, how is it not working on one of my Euros?
It's great. I think it's good just because like you look at something like this and like there is a lot of issues, but it's so easy to see. Yeah. Like it's really like it's the basic cars, right?
Yeah.
Compared to the Audi.
As you'll find out with the Audi, which we dare not speak that name, filthy shite. If there's an issue on this, it's immediately apparent and very easy to track down, which is really good. So the things that we've been able to find so far, all the different leaks and stuff like that, very easy to find and relatively compared to the Audi, easy to fix and make sure it's right. But now the car is not
sorted.
Perfect, it's sorted. We know it's not going to blow up because it's had fresh oil and all that kind of stuff. Fingers crossed. The gearbox and diff were running perfectly beforehand, so I wasn't too concerned about it. But again, like with everything on the car, because we don't have any service records, it was just a big question mark on the condition. Having dropped the oil, the diff, I reckon, was done in the last year or so.
Yes, the oil was pretty
The oil was pretty good. Gearbox, surprisingly, you'd think if you're doing the diff, you'd do the gearbox, but no. So the gearbox, a little bit darker, but no metal chunks, no glitter in the oil, so that was good. There was obviously a few metal shavings on the magnet inside the gearbox. And the engine oil, no glitter there, which is, yay, solid. So really there's nothing much of concern anymore, just a few pesky leaks that we have to fix up. But yeah. Moving forward, we're still going to be doing a lot of fixing. There are a few things on here that aren't catastrophic, but just to me, it just kills me inside to see it, aka hood spacers, chrome covered wiper blades. Turns out that Santa on the roof is not Santa, it's Mr. Incredible. So little things like that, let us know. Should I keep Mr. Incredible on the top of the 180? Do I paint it up, make it look a bit better? Because it's been out in the sun for a while.
He's got a bit of cracks.
He's old, Mr. Incredible. A few things like that. If there's anything that you want to see done on the 180, I am planning on doing a whole bunch. Having owned a 180 before, I had all these ideas and things that I wanted to get done, but unfortunately never could because I was a broke teenager. But that's not the case anymore, so I can go full out, make all the financial mistakes I can think of, and you can think of. So let us know below, what do you want seen done on the 180? I'm already having tons of fun being able to get hands-on with this car. It's a lot, I don't know what it is about working on JDM cars, but there's no nervousness.
No.
With the Euros, it is a little scary because it's expensive when things break. But these can be expensive when things break, aka Morgan's 4 or 5 different gearboxes.
Yeah. Well, good thing you got a good gearbox. So.
Now my gearbox is staying in there. Funnily enough, though, we are going to have to take it out to replace the rear main seal, which is, oh my god.
Another one to the tally.
Oh my god.
Number 5, 6, something like that.
If we had if we got paid $1,000 every time we took a gearbox out, we could have bought another 180.
And this whole time we've always thought, should we buy a gearbox jack? And we're like, well, this is going to be the last time we take one out, so we don't need a gearbox jack.
And we're on about, what, 10th?
Yeah, we probably should have bought one by now.
Jeez. They're great cars. They just, gearboxes don't like us.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're rambling. If you haven't already, check out the video before we go full in depth with the 180. Anything and everything you want to know about the car is in there. But until next time, we'll see you in the next Project B video. Make sure to check out our website, projectb.store. We got quite a bit of merch there and some things coming in hot right before Christmas, which will be nice. So check that out, and yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.